Welcome to your Daily 5 for Monday, August 23rd, 2021. I'm Bruce Frazier, your host. Let's talk about the Wyckoff 5. For more great content on the Wyckoff method trading, go to the websites below, go to StockChartsTV and watch my power charting program, which is on every Friday, 3 p.m. on StockChartsTV, replays thereafter. Also on YouTube, and 3 Wyckoff method course sessions are coming up that are free, being offered by Wyckoff Analytics. My teaching partner, Roman Bogomazov, puts these on. You can see here that we have the Wyckoff Trading Labs, Wyckoff Trading Course Part 1, and then this Wyckoff market discussion Roman and I do together every Wednesday afternoon, and we talk about current market conditions. If you would like to learn more, go to wyckoffanalytics.com. All of these links are going to be available on the YouTube description page for this program today. 2 industry groups that we are going to drill into today: investment services index and the asset managers index, both within financial services sector group. And so you can see here that after a long period of underperformance and relative strength that they've turned up. In this case, the investment services. Look at this beautiful base in the relative strength of the asset managers, and you can see that base here. Raymond James Financial. Here is a accumulation type structure that goes all the way back to 2018. Spring here concludes the decline in the COVID low. Then a very important advance that takes the Raymond James Financial up and out of this accumulation structure. So this very large structure is now complete and has become an important uptrend. Now the relative strength is positive. This is attracting institutional investors who are interested in stocks that are on an absolute and relative basis are going up. And a reaction back to the rising trend of relative strength here makes this potentially a very good place to have a look at Raymond James. This could be a reaccumulation. And as we see here on the left, daily vertical chart of the area that we just looked at, the small area at the end, you can see overbought with a throw over. Now a buying climax in a reaccumulation structure with a pullback called a backup. We want to see the upward stride of Raymond James continue. Chaikin money flow continues to be positive and upward. That's bullish, especially as Raymond James hopefully is getting ready to emerge out of this reaccumulation. Let's turn now over to the point and figure chart. This is a 1-box method swing trading point and figure horizontal count that we're doing across this area, 21 columns. And from the area here of 124 to 132, this count generates 42 points of count up to 166 to 174, attractive swing trading potential. Also, we see a pullback in the relative strength over here that comes back to the moving average. So if a rally can emerge, and you can see this whole area actually all the way across, looks like a potential reaccumulation in relative strength. We get relative strength and price confirmed up together. These institutional investors are going to take notice and start showing love to this stock. Ameriprise Financial, again, very large accumulation type structure back to early 2018. Look at this buying climax, automatic reaction, range bound condition, multiple years, beautiful reaccumulation structure. This is important because look After a rally up to the resistance area, instead of correcting all the way back down, it consolidated in a tight range. Then it broke out really with a gap and started to really take off and go. See in this yellow shaded area on relative strength, beautiful base, uptrend. The uptrend continues. It's just pulled back to its rising moving average, and we would watch for a resumption of the uptrend. Looking at the daily vertical bar chart on the left, we can see an area back to May that looks like reaccumulation. This is a sign of strength here, and then a last point of support pullback. This also comes with a pullback to the moving average on relative strength. Now, Chaikin money flow is still positive. That's really good. We would want that. We want to see this expand with the emergence of price out of this reaccumulation structure, which it looks poised to do. Let's take the count from the LPS over to the automatic reaction. This count here across this area at 262 counts 56 points up to 292, 316. Currently, it's trading in the area of 261, 262. So this is an interesting and a potentially attractive swing trading count. Evercore Partners. Evercore, again, long period of underperformance of price and relative strength, and since 2018. Notice the tendency of themes to outperform for multiple years, underperform for multiple years on price and relative strength. And we want to capture the outperforming periods. So in this case now, we have a period that appears to be an emerging outperformance period for Evercore. An overbought condition here has produced a reaction, really a sideways period across here. The sideways period has taken us to an oversold place on the upward trend channel. Let's look at this a little murkier on the daily chart, the vertical chart, and you can see that the CMF continues to remain positive. It's flirting with the zero line that often happens in reaccumulations. Well-defined buying climax, automatic reaction, range-bound condition, now a series of higher lows as it's attempting to work its way back up towards resistance, but it's not there yet. What needs to be seen is the ability of relative strength to turn up, get above its moving average, and for price to now scale back up to resistance, get above it, pull back, test that area from above, hopefully in a shallow, tight ranging action instead of the larger reactions that we have here and here, and then start to move away from this area with a positive Chaikin. This would be a very constructive situation for the completion of reaccumulation. Now, if we look over here on the right at the point and figure, we can see that this is an unfinished point and figure chart. It's still in the bottom half of the range here. And this we would want to see, as we described over here, move up towards the resistance area. But we do have enough here to take account, which could grow larger, because if it pulls back, this count could become a much bigger count. But this area here, which is 126 points, 21 columns, 3-box reversal 2-point scale, counts up 250 to 256. So we will watch the progress of Evercore as it works its way higher. Here is the mega cap, mega portfolio manager, BlackRock, BLK weekly chart, has been literally, after a climax, has been consolidating since the beginning of 2018. Now, relative strength has built what appears to be a substantial base in that period of time. Relative strength made a higher low here, as you can see in this area. That's very constructive because it shows internally that BlackRock was beginning to have outperforming features as it was uptrending, getting above its moving average on relative strength, staying above, trending higher, and then had a beautiful jump out of the accumulation area and now is in a robust uptrend. We're going to evaluate two reaccumulation areas here and here. So let's have a look. Here's the daily chart on the left. Here is a reaccumulation area number 1. You can see the structures here, buying climax, all the way through. Look at this shallow flat area, which shows that absorption and reaccumulation is about complete. Really dramatic jump up and out of that area right here, and then a nice uptrending move. Now, what's interesting about the upward stride here of the second one is that you have a series of higher highs and higher lows that have all the elements of reaccumulation in them. Buying climax, automatic reaction, range bound condition, but with a upward stride to it. And if you draw the upward stride, it has the elements of a spring in the support area, as you can see, then a test, then a rally up to the top of the resistance area, and now it's poised with a positive CMF to be able to jump up and out of here. Relative strength is up above its long-term moving average and looks as though it's poised to begin trending higher. Here are two fascinating reaccumulation counts. The lower one and the upper one both have count potential that is approximately equal, so that they are called stepping stone reaccumulation counts. And when they approximately confirm each other, this is a great time, timing wise, for the uptrend to resume. Moving on, not much time left. Speaking of stepping stones, here's Stepstone Group, which is a small speculative emerging IPO stock. So we're looking at this. Keep in mind that this is a smaller company and is more speculative. Buying climax, this is an IPO over here. Big accumulation type structure. The first one as it works its way out of its IPO period. And then it jumps up and out and now has had a backup. Chaikin is positive. Look at the nice relative strength base, climbed above. It's now in an upward trend on relative strength, and taking this whole area and doing a accumulation count of this area. We take the widest area, gives us 51 points of potential. Currently, we are in the area of $45, $46 right here, and it counts up to 80 to 86. So we would want to see this start to show the ability to be able to rally up away from resistance and the backup area, which so far is proving to be very constructive because it's a flat, shallow correction. And with that, I am out of time. And I'm so glad you joined me today. I'll see you next time on your Daily 5.